guys, this is Jason J. Rice, and welcome to our first podcast. I'm sitting here right beside my lovely co-host and beautiful wife.
Hey guys, it's Keisha Renee, and this is
Love Is A Verb. So guys, welcome to our very first podcast. We just want to thank you guys for tuning in. A little bit about myself and why I wanted to do this podcast is kind of what you'll get in this episode, a little bit about both of ourselves and why we wanted to do this and how we came up with this idea. But really quickly about myself is I'm an independent realtor in the states of Arizona, Georgia. I'm very passionate about real estate and helping people use that to build their legacy. I'm also a filmmaker, very passionate about using the extension of my lens to help shape people's opinion and lives. I'm passionate about a ton of other things as well, and that's kind of what my standpoint is going to be from, being a male voice on this platform. That's kind of what my position would be on Love Is A Verb.
Yeah, and so I'm Keisha. My background comes from, I'm a realtor too, but I actually was a model. So I've been, my interests are really like into fashion, beauty. I am full of like really trying to motivate and push people to be like the best versions of themselves. Huge on women empowerment. Always, I feel like as women, we should come together and really just like push each other. So a lot of everything that I do on social or just like in the creative world is just like to really encourage people just to love themselves. So that's me. I'm like I said, like women empowerment for me. Like if you watch a lot of my stuff, it's like I'm always super positive and like really, really encouraging other women. So Jason and I felt like since our platforms are like very, very similar, we might as well come together. And so that's how we created this podcast. Really excited about like where we're going and the being able to come together. It took us a while to realize it and get to this point, but it's very exciting.
Definitely, for sure. I mean, back when we lived in Georgia, we had a lot of friends come to us. A lot of because relationship advice, because if you guys don't know, we've been together for 13 years now. We'll be married for 3 of those years. Later this week, we will celebrate our anniversary. So, a lot of people came to us about like, how did you guys have a successful relationship? Like what kind of things, work for you guys? And, what we always tell people is what works for us, it may not necessarily work for you, but here's our advice. And then one of our friends was like, you guys should start a vlog or something. You guys should just talk about, giving people, that kind of relationship advice. And for a while, we kind of played with the idea and we were like, but why would people want to really listen to us? And then I came up with, well, there's a lot of people that are not in successful relationships, in my opinion, that are giving, relationship advice. And I'm like, so we could necessarily do it. But then Keisha was kind of like, well, it has to be, it can't just be about relationships because we're so passionate about other things. I'll let her talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I personally just felt like, we have a lot of interest. Like, of course, the relationship thing is going to come. Like, we're by any means not like perfect. And so we're learning and growing together. And so when we have times to share those things, then of course we'll share those things, but it's not always going to be that. There's going to be moments where we're just like passionate about something else. So my take is like, let's come together and talk about our interests. Like business is one of the things that we are like trying to build together. So we'll probably talk a little bit more about those things. But you definitely will get some like relationship chats too, because like I said, like we're still growing together. It's crazy to say like we've been together 13 years and only married for 3, and we're still learning and still growing together. So, but you'll get a little bit of everything. Like Jason said, like we're passionate about a lot of different things. So I think this is going to be a really good place just to come and just like learn more about us and just be on this journey with us. So if you're looking for like advice, tips, I feel like you're in the right place. But really, we're coming from a place of just trying to give you other things to think about, like perspective. So,
100%.
talk about
So,
like how you came up with the name.
well, so that's where I was going to go next, guys. So, of course, the name of the podcast is Love Is a Verb. So, before, I guess I'll just tell you how I came up with the name before I tell you like why it's Love Is a Verb. So, I was like, I listen to a lot of podcasts in my day to day. I try not to intake a ton of just music because I'm trying to elevate my business mind. If you guys know me, I can get stuck in a creative mind, and right now what we're trying to build is definitely business. So I was listening to, I believe, and I'm sorry if I'm murdering the name, but Barbara Corcoran's podcast, Business Unusual. And I forgot the guest that was on the podcast, but they were talking about how, people think love as an adjective or use love to describe a feeling when actually love is a verb. And for whatever reason, that resonated with me because I mean, early on in our relationship, my wife used to ask me stuff, and I made her jokingly say, she was like, "Well, what's your idea of marriage?" And I was like, "Well, it's work." And then probably got her face was like negative about it, but like now because when I heard the love is a verb, and verb is just work, verb is action, verb is things that you actually have to do. So in our relationship, I was like, okay, well, love is a verb, so I have to, show those things. Like, and it's also important to pay attention to your spouses or your significant others or your partners. Love language signs. Her love language signs is like small indications of endearment, like like maybe flowers on a day, or just saying, hey, I love you, or hey, you're beautiful today, like actually making her know. So I took that and was like, okay, cool. And then I kind of broke it down to like, well, business, like what are the things I need to do to be successful in the business adventures that I'm into. Okay, so I have to love the work of doing it. So that way, as I do the work and I love the work and I appreciate the work, then the work produces whatever it produces, right? So when you love is a verb because I definitely believe it's an action, and it's an action in everything that you do. We always say, do what you love, right? So if you're going to do what you love, you got to put the action. It's an action thing. So you got to do the necessary steps, and whatever those steps are for you, or for me, or for her, you got to just do it. And that's how we came up with, or I came up with the name, and I presented it to her because we went to a coffee shop because we tried to get out of the house, because a lot of times when we're in the house trying to work, we get distracted.
Okay, so when he came to me with the name, well, first, the coffee shop. So we, like he said, like we like to try to get out of the house because we found like when we're in the house, sometimes we get so comfortable being home that we don't really take it seriously or get anything done. So we were just like, okay, let's get out of the house. We're all going to bring like different ideas, you know, we're going to just talk about different names. So that was the plan. Honestly, I didn't really have any names. Like I had some ideas, but I didn't have anything that I was set on. So when Jason said love is a verb, it was the first thing that was presented. I was like, that's it. Like I fell in love. Get it? But no, that was, anyway, silly joke. But no, yeah, I really did love it. And I was just like, this is perfect. Because I truly feel like love is a verb too. Like, I agree with you. It's an action. And when you love someone, it's like you want to express how you feel about them. And another one of my love languages is quality time. Like, I feel like spending time together in whatever capacity is like very, very important. So for me personally, action, you have to show it, you have to express it. It's not an adjective. It's not how you describe something. It's like you are expressing your feelings and you're actually showing it. So I definitely think love is a verb, and that is how we came up with the name. So thank you for bringing that. But quick plug, like if you guys are feeling like stuck in a place where you're just trying to like, I don't know, get ideas out there, maybe try leaving your comfort zone. Sometimes you have to be like out of your comfort zone to get things done, you know, or just to get to where you want to go. Like you can't always be comfortable. So that's like my little quick plug. That's something that we also have learned together. But yeah, so with that being said, the direction for this channel is really just for us to just share our interests, our thoughts, and to motivate in a positive way. I know that you talked a lot about like business, babe, and like just having like those different kinds of chats. Was there anything else that you feel like we're gonna have within this like channel or in this space?
I mean, it's open. I don't know if I can really be like, oh, well, because you know me, I kind of move with the wind. Like one of the things that I'm very, and I think people got to do this a little bit more. We had a chat yesterday where I was like, well, I'm too much in the moment. Like my wife is like, I mean, like I think ahead and I plan ahead, but then I like just act in the moment. So all I can say is this channel is going to have a little bit about our relationship, like how we handle stuff inside of our relationship, how we our relationship and our business endeavors that we are in together, how we get through those situations. You know, a little bit about our artistic side. We'll talk about our creative sides. We'll talk about, I mean, I don't want to pigeonhole this and just be like, this is what we're going to just be talking about. But what you will get from every every theme of every conversation that we have will have that love is a verb key thing where it's here's our action steps to how we got here, and this is what worked for us. Again, I always say what worked for us because it may not work for you. I mean, highly likely that it will work for you, but this is just what's working for us.
That's a good point. And like as you said that, I started to think like the whole idea behind this is to do this with like love as like the center of everything. So everything that we're going to give you guys is going to come from a place of love, with love like at the center, at the core. You know, it's things that we're going to be passionate about, things that we love, because there's a lot of other things other than just business and relationship. Like we watch lots of different shows, and like, you know, like we like to do some fun things. So we'll just try to bring ourselves into this. And like I said, like this is really huge for us because we've been like, you know, doing our thing, you know, separately. And so, but still together, I feel like we still kind of been together because we work together on those things, but it's not like in a place where we're like actually like this, where we're sitting together and like having a conversation.
Right.
So I'm excited about it.
I mean, I'm super
It's gonna be
excited
great.
about it. I'm super excited about you guys. We just like to, build a community. So we ask that you guys, like, comment, share, support, give us some topics that you guys might want us to talk about. We'd love to, give you guys our opinions on those things and how we would act in those situations. Because again, it's our perspective. It's like what you might do or see might be a little different, and that's okay. But that's really what we want to do because we're super huge on just affecting people in the world in a positive way. Again, like she said, we do a lot of this. Like if you see me or if you watch our individual channels, if I'm the person in front of the camera, that just means she's the person behind it. And if she's the person in front of the camera, that means I'm the person behind it. So we're always working together, just never both in front of
Yeah.
the camera.
So cool.
So that's kind of what we want to do with this and with this first episode, just kind of give you guys a little bit of who we are, what we're about, why we want to do this, why we wanted to share this with you. And hopefully you guys will continue to tune in and watch, like, and support.
Yes, and hit the notification bell. I'm excited. I'm so happy to have you all on this journey with us. And let's just learn and grow together. Engage with us. Like, say hi. Just let us know your thoughts, what you're excited for. Yeah, and just be in tune with, just to be in tune with all of our videos. Just make sure to subscribe, most importantly. And I'm, like I said, I'm just happy that you all are here and deciding to go on this journey with us. So we'll have a lot of fun things coming soon. Just hit the notification bell again just to stay tuned for all of that.
All right.
All right. Well, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.